Hello, everyone. So far, we have discussed an intro to data engineering, data formats, and data sources. Today, we will be discussing business value. The objective for this video is to give viewers a general understanding of how data can provide value to the business. Here's the content overview of this video. Give practical examples of business questions, explain the type of data that can answer those questions, and lastly, give practical business decisions made based on the data examples. So let's set the context. You are a data engineer working at a company that sells bagels. And at this company, there are multiple locations across the United States. And within this company, there's also a database that stores the data about product and sales. As a data engineer, you have been briefed by your manager that the company wants the following questions answered. Which state are we having the most sales in? What is our best selling product? What is our best selling product by state? To answer the following questions, the data engineer is going to have to do some analysis on the data within the company. Luckily, your manager points you in the right direction and gives you access to a database that contains a sales table and a product table. The data engineer may do the following steps to derive business value from this data. First, they may query the data so that they can find out what the data looks like. Then they can build data pipelines to move the data into a location where, in step 3, they can model the data. Modeling the data is important so that it is easy to make reports on top of. Now, the building of the reports can be done by the data engineer, but usually 1 through 3 is the main responsibility of the data engineer, and the reports can be handed off to the business or business users to build these reports, though the data engineer can build reports. Once the data has gone through these steps, it is ready to provide the answers that the business wants. Let's take a look at the following visuals that could potentially be built on top of this data. For the question, which state are we having the most sales in? We can use data from the sales table to answer this question. By using the columns state and amount, we can build this map visual and see the comparison between states. In this example, for the question, what is our best selling product? We can use data from the sales and product table to answer this question. By using the column product ID to join the data together and use the amount and product name columns, we can build this bar chart and see the comparison between products. Lastly, for the question, what is our best selling product by state? Again, we can use the data from the sales and product table to answer this question. By using the same columns as the last visual, plus the state column, we can build this different bar chart and see the comparison between products by state. Now that the data has been consumed by these reports, the business can make a few decisions. So here are some examples of business decisions. For the first visual, maybe the company ran an ad campaign for California, Florida, and it's hard to see here, but New York. Maybe they ran an ad campaign for those 3 store locations and they did really well, whereas Montana, Colorado, and Missouri did a little less in sales. So maybe they could run an ad campaign in those 3 states as well. The next visual maybe can help them understand inventory management better. So plain and blueberry bagels are their top selling products. So maybe they need to make sure their inventory is well supplied with plain and blueberry bagels so that they don't sell out of their most popular products. In the last visual, maybe they need to remove products altogether. It may be hard to kind of see in this visual, but Florida, California, and New York don't have one type of the bagel products. So for example, in New York, it does not have cinnamon raisin bagels sales. And so maybe in New York, they don't really like cinnamon raisin bagels. And so they just need to remove that product from the shelf and stock up on the other bagels. Hopefully this is all starting to make sense in understanding how data can provide value to the business. Now this was a 30,000 feet overview of an end-to-end solution that a data engineer would build. Each of the tasks that were mentioned earlier, querying the data, building pipelines, modeling, and building reports. Each of those tasks could involve many hours of work, and depending on the scope of the project and the amount of people working on the project, it could take weeks or even months to complete. Each step of the way has its own set of tools and methodologies to learn and become proficient in. From gathering business requirements to building data pipelines, all the way to modeling and reporting, there is lots of stuff to dive into and learn. I hope this video accomplished what it set out to do. Give viewers a general understanding of how data can provide value to the business. Have a wonderful day, everyone.